Today, I'm in Bristol, otherwise known as Caravan City. More people live in caravans and vehicles here than anywhere else in the United Kingdom. Let's take a deep dive into Caravan City today and explore the numerous encampments around the city of Bristol. Here I am with one of the residents here. Rows and rows. I'm with one of the residents here. So this caravan actually has
up the back alley was poo.
An enormous pile of garbage here. When we was filming part 1, Caravan City, we was barely scratching the surface. And here you can see the beginnings of the Caravan City site on New Stadium Road here in Bristol, next to the main IKEA building, and just off of one of the main roads in and out of Bristol. Let's delve in and explore. So as you can see here, rows and rows of caravans, as far as the eye can see. I must say, these seem to be in a bit of a better state than the caravans that are up on the downs. Look at that fancy one. Clearly got a wood burning stove or something along those lines in there with the flume at the side. At the moment, as I'm walking through the middle, I have to say it does seem to be kept in a better state than the site on the Downs area of Clifton from Caravan City Part 1. Currently, there doesn't seem to be any huge piles of rubbish or anything like that. It seems to be all up together, to be fair to them. So what do you think the leading factors of this, what we see behind us, are? Could it be the cost of living? The high rental costs in Bristol? Bristol is the second most expensive city to live outside of London in the United Kingdom. Low wages? What do you think the factors at play here are? As you see, caravans behind me as far as the eye can see. Quite ironically, all of these caravans actually lay outside the Eastfield depot of Bristol City Council, where they take care of the pest control. Maybe that's why this area hasn't got as many rubbish bags in it. There you go, Eastfield depot, Bristol City Council for pest control and parks operations. I'm assuming that's the entrance into it there, and maybe that's the exit. This place is fairly up together, and like I said in the last video, it's pretty much like any other campsite you'd visit across the UK. However, we're just in the centre of one of the UK's major cities. You can see people are making an effort, got their plants out the front, cooking utensils, there's a kettle there. Okay, there's an old trolley there. To be fair, nowhere near as bad as the last site we visited, where there was big piles of rubbish outside a number of the caravans. Granted, not all, but many of them. Okay, there's a few piles of trash there, to be fair. In Caravan City Part 1, I mentioned the figures released by Bristol City Council, whereby they stated that around about 800 vehicle dwellers are scattered around the city. However, from my investigations and video 1 and what I'm seeing so far, I would say there is far more than 800 out and about around the city of Bristol. I would double that figure. We're at the nitty-gritty end of the encampment here, and as you can see, there's a number of trash bags here outside people's encampment. Seeing a number of Uber deliveries driving in and out of here. I wonder if these residents are actually delivery drivers as a job. And with all these people and all these caravans, one of the main questions that was asked in the last video was, where do they dispose of their waste? Well, frankly, I don't know. There is not a portaloo or anything along those lines in the vicinity. So frankly, I have no idea where waste is disposed of. As you can see there, there's a takeaway delivery scooter and other scooters. I wonder if the residents of this area of Caravan City, I wonder if some of them are delivery drivers for takeaways. Would that then potentially explain what leads them here? Is it the low wages and the high rental costs in Bristol? Who knows? Nice green one there. Look, another delivery motorcycle. More delivery motorcycles. And another delivery motorcycle. And another one. I'm with one of the residents here. So tell me, brother, how long have you been here?
About 2.5 years.
Really? How are you finding it? Was it by choice or?
More cost of living.
Yep.
Yeah, just forced me into a van really.
Really?
I was renting with 2 friends, they got girlfriends and then got their own place and then I had no one to live with.
No way.
So I went for the van. But yeah, really just cost of living.
Cost of living, and that's what I've heard elsewhere as well. Bristol is one of the most expensive places to live in outside of London.
Yeah, which is mad because I was coming here like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And all my mates were moving here because it was so cheap for the rent.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good here. You could get a place.
Now it's the opposite.
No, it's the opposite.
So
I actually love it, to be fair.
Do
I
you?
love living in Ireland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my girlfriend calls me caveman.
Calls you the caveman.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you've got a nice little spot.
Yeah.
And how's the community here?
You know what, here's cushy. We got me, my friend Amber over there.
Yeah.
And then just loads of Brazilians actually work for Deliveroo. But they love it because they do a big cook up and that.
Do they?
Big barbecue.
Get the salsa music playing?
Yeah, too right. It's a party.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Brazilians are cool, man.
No way.
But they've clocked on, it's too fucking expensive to...
Yeah.
So they're all just in the caravans, working for Deliveroo.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Saving their money.
Yeah.
Same as me, man.
Same as you.
Yeah.
Saving up. So what's the end goal, mate? Are you going to pitch on elsewhere? What's the deal?
I'll just save and travel, really. That's what
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
So, yeah, just back for summer, save some money, fuck off for winter.
What you do, kind of live a bit more sort of nomadically rather than just being sort of sat here.
Yeah, because it's fucking cold in England.
Cold in the winter. What is a couple of the difficulties that you do face living here?
Taking a shit,
Yeah,
because I don't want to shit in my van.
of course.
But I've got IKEA there.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, so you can use the public toilets in IKEA?
yeah. Water.
Yeah.
Same again, I just take all my washing up, wash it in IKEA.
Do you?
Just wash it in the toilet. Washing your clothes, it's a mission, and shower. I would go to Bannatyne Spa, but it takes an hour out of my day. Where
Yeah.
you just hop in the shower and get on with your day.
Of course, yeah. It's sort of a 5-minute thing, but for you, you've got to go an hour out of your way to go and do that sort of stuff.
Well, I'm living off gas at the minute, so if I run out of gas, I go fucking freezer.
Really?
I can't even boil a hot water bottle.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, that's happened many times.
And that sort of explains why you
That's
sort
when
of
you
try to
end up
chip
in
off.
2 tracksuits, 2 sleeping bags, and a fucking duvet.
Making sure you don't freeze.
Yeah, and your nose is fucking freezing.
Thank you ever so much for your time.
Yeah.
Real pleasure meeting you.
And you, bro.
Nice one. Just had a lovely chat with one of the residents, a fella by the name of Stiggy, and he clarified what we were saying earlier on in the video in regards to the delivery drivers. Apparently that is a community of Brazilians that live here and drive for Uber and Deliveroo and other companies alike, delivering takeaways around the city of Bristol. Well guys, that was the new Stadium Road area of Caravan City. Let's head over to another encampment now and find out what's there. I'm just approaching another encampment here in Bristol, and just on the walk too. And as you can see, just off the side of the road here on the way to the next encampment, an enormous pile of garbage here. Absolutely huge. Goes all the way down the hill. Bags and bags of litter, amongst other unsightly objects. Just on the side of the road here on the way to the next encampment. Here behind me, you can see another encampment here on the outskirts of Bristol, right in the middle of a residential area. As you can see, various different units that people are staying in. Got like a little micro camper thing here. I can tell you what, a number of these have not moved in a long time. As you can see there, that's fully set up. An outdoor cooking area and washing area, big sink. See the recycling set out there, so it can be done nicely. It's a good example of how it can be done there, sticking this recycling out. Good on you, mate. Wow, look at the back end on that one. Big wooden door on it. Blimey. As you can see, we're right in the middle of a residential estate here in Bristol. There's so many spots within Bristol where you'll find pictures of like 10 and 20 caravans. We're with two of the kind residents here of Bristol, and they're just telling me their experiences of having caravans and motorhomes parked outside of their property.
And then I didn't mind them being there, but up the back alley was poo with toilet paper at various intervals along the way.
Right.
And I didn't like that really.
No, that seems to be one of the main difficulties, is how do they dispose of the waste safely?
Yes. And though the local pub was willing to have them come in and use the toilet there, they couldn't obviously do that at night.
Yeah.
So they were moved.
And so did you say that the caravans were moved on from yours?
Yeah, they moved, and then they put a sort of cycle path so that they couldn't park there anymore.
Ah, okay, because there does seem to be, as we're just talking now, there's a row of caravans just to the left of us, and there does seem to be sporadically placed sort of plots of 20 or 15 caravans around the city.
Well, I think if you're a caravaner, you just go where there's a space, don't you?
Exactly, it seems to be, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's being controlled by anybody.
It doesn't seem to be, no. Numbers are certainly increasing.
Yes, well...
Well, it's better than people living on the street.
It certainly is, sir, isn't it? And to be fair, a lot of the people that are in the caravans, that would be their only alternative, would be the street. So it's a really tough one, isn't it?
It's a very bad situation.
It is indeed.
The rents are terrible.
The rents are really high, the wages are quite low, and so it's those people in the middle that are stuck.
Yes.
Well, thank you ever so much for your time. I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. There you go, guys. We heard it from a resident of Bristol who had caravans actually pitched up right next to her house, and she said that she would often find human excrement and urine about the place. Seems to be one of the major difficulties for people living in caravans, is how do they dispose of their waste safely. It's a really, really tricky one, and it's one that lit the comments section up of Caravan City Part 1. People questioning, how do people wash, how do they get rid of their waste, all of these things. Well, we're starting to find out. So I've just arrived at another area where there's plenty of encampments here in the city of Bristol. We're overlooking St Andrew's Park, and behind me you can see more caravans left in a total state of disrepair. You can see there the wheels are totally flat. There ain't no way that's being towed. So this caravan actually has a council notice on it. Council aware, fly tip under investigation, minimum fine of £400. So the person staying in this one is currently under investigation by Bristol City Council for fly tipping. See, this is in a total state as well. There's another 2 camper vans up here. There's just so many in Bristol. It's even got a little cat flap on it, that one. Windows in the side. As you can see, houses behind. We're right in the centre of a residential area of Bristol. There's another camper van over there. And another one there. Another question that was frequently asked in the last video at Caravan City in the comments: how do these people provide a decently cooked meal for themselves if they haven't got gas and they don't have the equipment inside their caravan to be able to provide that hot meal for themselves? There's another 2 campers there, as I say, mixed in amongst the other residents of the area. You can see a really big camper van here outside a property here in Bristol. I wonder what those residents that are sat in that window are thinking as they look out of their window to see this giant camper van. It's a really tough one, guys. One that most of the residents that I've spoken to today agree with me. Where are they actually supposed to go? Just walking down a residential area here, and I've counted 9 different camper vans just on this small residential road here. And if that's anything to go off of, I would say there are thousands around the city of Bristol. You can see here another row of camper vans. Got a big one here. We've got 6 or 7 here on this left hand side as well. I wonder how long these ones have been here for. And I wonder what the residents of this property here and the ones next door think as they look out of their windows every day to see this. I don't expect this what they purchased the property for. There's another 8 camper vans in this small little area here at the bottom of St Andrew's Park. Bristol is home to more people that live in vehicles than anywhere else in the United Kingdom. And it just goes to show, when we was filming part 1, Caravan City, we was barely scratching the surface. As I'm walking past 2 more camper vans here in Bristol, in a residential area, it's a really tricky one. If the council come and evict these people, where are they actually going to go? There is no permanent caravan or motorhome park that these people can actually go to in the centre of Bristol. You can see this one again. It's got the big open back on it. We've seen that quite frequently here in Bristol today. These old lorries are converted. They put the wooden back on. It really is a mixed bag here in Bristol. You'll have people that are choosing to live van life, living right next to people that have got absolutely zero other choice. And it's either the caravan or the streets. You can see on the back of this one, Polski van life. I'm back at the largest encampment here in Bristol, or should I say Caravan City. I'm here on the Clifton Downs, where it all began, where Caravan City Part 1 was filmed. Well, on my last visit, there was a big bin here, completely overfilled, spewed out all over onto the floor. But it looks like, at present, somebody's come and tidied those away. The problem with the litter does certainly look to have improved. Well guys, I've got to be honest and I've got to be fair, it does look like the rubbish has been cleaned up since my last visit. We are going to head up now onto the main row of Caravan City and find out if anything has changed. Well guys, on my last visit there were piles and piles and piles of rubbish lining these caravans here. And it looks like Bristol City Council or someone has come out and sorted out the problem. Here I am with one of the residents here. Martin, how are we, mate?
Good, good.
Good man. It seems to have improved remarkably.
Yep.
So did the council come out and clear the rubbish, or?
I'm not sure.
Because it's all gone.
Well, I was probably asleep at the time.
Yeah. So how do you find life here?
Well, my situation is a little bit worse. So, like I explained to you, I lost my missus, my house and my job all in one day.
Yeah.
So, popping the last bit of money into this shed.
Yeah.
And yeah, just trying to live life.
Well, there's a nice little community here, I will say that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, good.
We've got a new neighbour down there. He's all right.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's fine.
So do you get them coming from all over the UK then?
Well, I haven't met many.
No.
I don't really ask them many questions.
Keep yourself to yourself, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the best way sometimes, mate. That's probably the best way.
Yeah, no, it's a nice little community. It was all about throwing up maybe like a outdoor party or a barbecue.
Oh, well, if you do,
for the whole...
send the invite this way, Martin. I'll be down, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a community here, mate, and I will say that for sure.
Yeah.
What would you say is one difficulty of living here and one benefit?
Well, freedom.
Freedom,
benefit,
for sure.
But at the moment, obviously, I haven't got shower facilities or cleaning facilities. So
Yeah, so that would be the difficulty.
That's the back and forth bit.
The back and forth bit.
Yeah.
It's. I interviewed a fella down next to IKEA, and he said the exact same thing.
So I'm looking forward to trying to get a caravan.
Yes.
At the moment.
Okay, so that's the next step then, is get the caravan.
But I'm still going to keep this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bloody awesome. I pointed it out so many times in the last video.
Oh, yeah,
Here's the red mini one.
Yeah,
Look.
good.
Oh, awesome, man. A lot of it seems to be out of necessity. If you guys didn't have the caravans, there would be no alternative.
Yeah. Well,
So
it'd be a temple.
It would be a tent, or it would be out in the street.
Yeah. Well, I've done that a couple of times.
And you've done that already, Martin?
Yeah, bus stops,
Bus stops.
shop fronts.
Yeah.
tent.
And at least you're here and you can call this
I've
home.
upgraded to a
Yeah, mate.
Coffin
It
on
looks
wheels.
super tidy inside as well. I just had a little peek through in Martin's little cabbie there, and it looks really, really tidy. It's
You can take some photos if you want.
got everything you need in there, though, mate. Really, haven't you?
Yeah, bed, food.
Bed, food, and yourself.
Tiny little shitter.
And you got a tiny little shitter there as well.
Well, that's not it. That's where my food is. But
I'm just jumping inside, and you can see.
it stinks a little bit.
No, it's all good,
Ran out
mate.
of air freshener.
You can still see a big row here, but I will say this row here was filled last time as well. So whether or not they've been moved on or they've moved to a different area of the city, I don't know. It's definitely improved since my last visit. I can't see any signs of the huge piles of garbage about the place now, but they still haven't sorted out a big bin for them or any means of disposing of their human waste. Those questions lit up the comment section in the last video. Where do these people dispose of their human waste? Where do they dispose of their litter and their garbage? Just spoke to a resident of Caravan City. She preferred to stay off camera, and it was a really sorry tale. Just like so many that I hear of that are here, it's by necessity. They've got no other choice, unfortunately. It's either here or the streets. You can see there the camper van that we had a look inside of during Caravan City Part 1. And now there's a number of new neighbours that have moved in, alongside the yellow horse box that was there previously. Well guys, that was Caravan City. I'm really happy to report things are much better here on the Downs now since my last visit. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.